If you are able to do this in the dream world and you practice conjuring things and flying and talking to higher deities and forming those relationships, this will increase your manifestation techniques when you go to the 3D world, when you come back to this world. Because it's like levels, like a game. If you already master the higher levels, then all the levels under that are easier. What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about dreams, lucid dreams, manifestation, all of that good stuff, the fourth dimension. So make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video because we're about to dive deep. So recently, I've been really diving deep into my dreams, trying to have lucid dreams, interpreting what my dreams meant, and using those interpretations from my subconscious mind, applying it to my life, and using this to help guide my spiritual journey. You know, I had an interest in dreams for a long time now, since I was a young kid. It came in waves throughout the years, but I always knew in the back of my mind that at the end of the day, before I got up out of here, I would become a master lucid dreamer because I knew that this was one of my passions. And I don't like to always talk about it with people because people don't always understand and share the same interests, so it's something that I usually keep to myself. But now something's telling me to put it out there, not to talk to, my friends or random people about it, but make a video out there, because I know sometimes every time when you put things out, different aspects of yourself to the world, you put things out to the universe, you receive the similar energy back. So this is also an intention for me to, kind of hear about other people's interpretations or other people's experiences with dream, because I know mine has been something that is important, and I'll explain why. I'm gonna get into it right now. So basically, when it comes to manifestation, what manifestation is, and I don't really hear a lot of people talk about this, but manifestation is when you bring something from the fourth dimension, which is the dimension that exists above us, down to the third dimension. We all have a fourth dimensional version of ourselves, which people will call the soul, the spirit, the astral body, your dream body. These are all the same things. People think that these can sometimes be different, but there's different names for this aspect of yourself, which is your spirit body. This exists in the fourth dimension. When you go to sleep, you go into the fourth dimension, the astral plane. Some people think that the astral plane and the dream world are different, and they can be, because your dream world is your subconscious mind playing out, but it is existing inside of the astral plane. Depending on your level of consciousness is going to depend on whether or not you're going to be able to astral travel or go into these different planes of existence inside of the plane, but that's a little bit of a different story. Anyway, for right now, the subconscious mind. So we know that when we dream, we go into the fourth dimension. It is our subconscious mind playing out the things that we are doing on a day-to-day basis, the things that are in our subconscious mind. If you have a good concept or a good just connection with your dream self, and this can happen by many ways, just having a lot of energy, going to sleep at the same time every night, maybe drinking tea or meditating and doing different things. There's been different things that I've been incorporating, and maybe I'll touch on that later in the video. But if we know that manifestation is bringing things down from the fourth dimension into the third dimension, if you don't remember your dreams, you're missing something that we do every night. A lot of us, I know some people say they don't dream, but they just don't remember it. They don't have enough energy to bring it back into the third dimension. If we're dreaming every night going to the fourth dimension, and we just wake up and completely forget about it, go on our phone, do something else, you're missing out on your natural connection to the fourth dimension. When we are in this dimension, expressing this aspect of ourselves, we are communicating with different entities, different deities, gods, different aspects of our mind, different friends, different people that we may have known and are friends with in the fourth dimension that we don't remember. There's information that's being fed to us by entities that are higher than our consciousness, that we can take in this information, bring it back to the third dimension, and be able to even master our reality even more. See, people want to take a whole bunch of third dimensional constructs and put that into their life and use these different thoughts that we have that we just developed in the third dimension and use that to manifest their reality, when you're limiting yourself, because a lot of the magic happens in higher levels of consciousness. And when you are existing on a higher dimension, you by nature have a higher level of consciousness. So by us waking up and not remembering our dreams, we're weakening this connection with ourselves. We're weakening the connection with the fourth dimension. The fourth dimension is also what some people can call the imagination dimension, because we use our imagination to connect us with the fourth dimension. That's why when kids are younger and they have imaginary friends, these are real entities, but they're existing on the fourth dimension. And as we get older, our mind eye is closing. Our third eye, our connection to the source is weakening and diminishing over time. So we're not able to see these things unless you practice different things and you stay in tune to a spiritual aspect of yourself, which a lot of people choose to do or do not choose to do. And these comes with a different level of reality that you're opening yourself up to. And kids have this naturally because they're coming straight from the source. That's why kids are so powerful when it comes to their mind, imagining, and manifestation. One of the biggest things when it comes to manifestation is your imagination. I know a lot of people say this and throw it around like, yeah, imagine. But you really have to understand what that is. Your imagination is the bridge between the third dimension and the fourth dimensional realm. That's why when you go into your dreams, anything that you imagine comes true automatically. And the more conscious you are of it, some people will call this a lucid dream. There's this line by J. Cole. He says, I recognize life is a dream and I dream lucid. See, life is a dream. And the more you realize that life is a dream and the more you raise your consciousness, you realize you can have more control over your reality. Because this dimension that we live in is not as, even though it is a denser dimension than higher dimensions above us, it is not as dense as we perceive. We have been programmed into believing that this world, the world around us, is more physical, more dense, more non-flexible than it actually is. In reality, this reality is bendable. Similar to the fourth dimension, but it depends on the person. The consciousness of the person, the vibration, frequency, the thoughts, the openness, how much energy we all have. When you're performing certain levels of consciousness, or when you're performing certain, let's call them manifestation techniques. I like to call it magic, but we're going to call it manifestation techniques for the viewers out here there who aren't familiar with certain, you know what I'm saying, rituals, but that's a whole nother story. So the more energy you have, you could think of energy as gas in a car or money or power. So basically, the more energy you have inside of your body, the stronger if you transmute this energy, but it'll also happen naturally, the more of a connection you'll have with your fourth dimensional self. That's why whenever you have a lot of energy or you're at a really high point in your life, this is the time where you wake up and you have really vivid dreams, because the energy that you're harnessing in your physical body is transmuting to your fourth dimensional body. So the connection is strengthening. So then when you wake up, you remember all of those dreams vividly. And you would even have more meaningful dreams, because when you're in a high vibration, chances are you're living a more meaningful life. So the goal is to, people throw around raising your vibration, all of that, but what does that truly mean? What does raising your vibration truly mean? One, it means raising and cultivating energy, but not letting it drain out of your aura. See, a lot of people have different holes and different negative thought forms and maybe even entities that are attached to their aura that is draining their energy. So even when you cultivate energy, it's pouring out. So you're not able to harness it, make it become who you are, and give power to other aspects of yourself. So when we talk about raising our vibration, like I said, once again, you can compare it to money. It's not about how much money you get in. It's about how much money you save. So this is the same thing with energy. You could be working out, eating good, meditating, doing a lot of things. But if you haven't healed your aura or even healed your aspects of your physical body or your mind, or getting rid of different thoughts that are draining your energy, you're going to always have a low level of energy. You're going to wake up and be tired. You're going to do many things that were supposed to give you energy and still be tired. So the reason why I'm talking about this right now is because I'm trying to give you guys an insight on what energy actually means and how to obtain it. But let's say once you obtain all of your energy, then you go to sleep, you actually rest, because something that a lot of people don't even know. I'm talking really fast right now because I'm trying to make this video trying to keep it at a certain length, and also I see the time is running out, but bear with me. So you'll actually be able to recover in your dreams. In your sleep. What our sleep is, it's meant to repair our body on a physical level. You're supposed to repair your body, all of the energy that you use throughout the day, all of the muscles that you use, all of the brain power is supposed to make you have a rest. It's supposed to rest you, repair your DNA. But a lot of people don't have enough energy to perform this on their body. Their body itself doesn't have enough energy. See, when you go to sleep, your body needs energy to rest. The same way how you need energy to do anything else, you need energy. So if you already have a low level of energy, you're missing out on the level that the depthness that you can have dreams, and the depthness that you can actually rest and go into sleep. That's why some people sleep real shallow, because they're not really going into that deep level. This also happens when you eat right before you go to sleep. You're not able, your body isn't able to use that energy for what it's meant for, because it's using that energy instead to break down the food in your body. It's using that energy to break down food in your body rather than going to recovering and restoring your own DNA, your muscles, your body, your mind. So keeping all of this in mind, we know that once you have a certain level of energy, then you can maintain your level of vibration, because having a high vibration takes energy. Energy, vibration, and energy, vibration, energy, vibration, and your mood is all correlated and intertwined within each other. That's why if you ever have a high level of energy, chances are you'll feel really good. And if you feel really good, chances are your consciousness will be in a good space. And you could flip that either way. If your consciousness is in a good place, you'll feel good, and then you have a lot of energy. It is all interconnected and entwined. And the closer that we can see this, and you can pay attention to this relationship between these different aspects of ourselves, the more control you'll have over your consciousness, rather than just saying, oh, I have a high consciousness or a high vibration. It sounds good, but you have to truly understand what that means in order to perform this. If you are feeling like, or if you're having a high vibration, you feel good and you're going about life, okay, cool. But if you're noticing, okay, I have a low, I'm not experiencing high energy and high moods often and consistently, then okay, then something needs to be changed. Let's not just say my third eye is open, I have a lot of energy, I have high consciousness, I'm in tap with the divine. Because what that really means is you're existing in a higher level of consciousness for a long period of time. You're using the energy that you're cultivating in your physical body and transmuting it to your fourth dimensional soul, your spirit, your astral body, your forms. I mean your dream form, dream body. And you're strengthening that connection, and you're able to contact different entities in these different dimensions. Because you have a higher contact and a higher connection with that aspect of yourself. And when we say, okay, I'm talking to my higher self, you, need a certain level of energy, a certain level of consciousness, and a certain connection. So the more often this can be performed many ways, through meditations, through different rituals, different intentions, you could do it in your dream, connect with your higher self or whatever. This takes energy, is all what I'm saying. And this manifests in every aspect of our lives, whether it be the dreaming life, the waking life, what we're doing while we're in this life, while we're living our life. What are you doing inside your dreams? Are you just having meaningless dreams? Because chances are you're doing meaningless things inside of your life. And this doesn't always mean that. It just can mean that you're not being as conscious through this whole thing. But consciousness is the most important thing, because consciousness is like a currency. I keep relating it to money because it's a real thing. We have our certain mindsets on what we perceive as money and what we perceive as abundance and true wealth in the third dimensional world. But as you go up in higher dimensions, you realize how important energy and consciousness is, because you need a certain level of it in order to be able to do the shit that you want to do. Whether it comes to just knowing what is going on, being able to talk to different entities that you want to, being able to fly, being able to conjure up things. And what I'm getting at here is, if you are able to do this in the dream world, and you practice conjuring things and flying and talking to higher deities and forming those relationships, this will increase your manifestation techniques when you go to the 3D world, when you come back to this world. Because it's like levels, like a game. If you already master the higher levels, then all the levels under that are easier. So if you get rid of your third dimensional constructs and concepts about life, you go to the fourth dimension, you're there consistently, you're downloading those, and you're having enough energy to bring it back to the third dimension, and you're getting more familiar with the laws are in that dimension, because those are going to be closer to what the laws of the universe actually are, not what we've perceived them to be in our mind. Because there's so many different things in the fourth dimension that wouldn't make sense here, that we couldn't even probably express with our words. There's different colors, sounds, entities that exist that we wouldn't even be able to conceptualize. But the more you're doing that there, when it comes time to come back here and truly manifest and truly know what that actually means, you have a way better chance of doing that, because you've done it on a higher level. And we all know when you do things on a higher level, it's easier to do them on a smaller level, because you can take those beliefs, the energy, the techniques, the process, and break it down on a lower level. and you have a whole insight to a whole different world that exists. You just got to remember your dreams. You just have to write them down. You just have to put energy and consciousness into it. And now you're literally existing in a whole different dimension, and you're able to bring that there. And you're strengthening that connection. And now you're able to live life, like J. Cole said, as a lucid dream, because this is a dream. And depending on how high your consciousness is going to be depending on how much you can control this. Are you going to be in control of your life, or are you going to just let the world have its own plan for you? Because it's not a good plan. I can tell you that. Take control, take power of your dreams. Whether it be the third dimensional dream or the fourth dimensional dream. Take your power back. Raise your consciousness. Raise your energy. Raise up. Heal your physical body, your spiritual body, the essence of who you are. Make that a healthy one. That's the message that I have for you guys today. Something just was inside of me to make this video. I've been expressing this, and I really wanted to put this out there to see what you guys think. And comment below your dreams. Comment below anything that you resonated with, whatever you agree with, disagree. Just let me know your thoughts, and I'll be back. I'll be back with another video at some point, and hope you guys enjoy it. Peace.